Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spirituality Gone Wild. It is an extremely special Gone Wild tonight, and we are about to raise the bar on Ascension. We're going to open up pathways. We're going to be doing some really funky, cool stuff. We're going to have fun, mostly in play, and I guarantee a lot of laughter. I have somebody here that, quite frankly, I've been following her for, oops, Daisy, probably I'd say the better part of the last 6 years. And the reason that I started following Alison Allan is because she's probably one of the most extraordinary, most gifted mediums, ascension master teachers. She's a musician, she's an artist, she's extremely tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. And it's a true joy to introduce her because it's somebody that when I was first going through my awakening and first going through seeing things through different perspectives and different eyes, she's somebody I listened to a lot. And actually, I listened to her a lot not only because she has this amazing gift to be able to channel some incredible humans that have now transitioned, but she also has the amazing gift to bring us the information that we need today in order to be better humans. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Alison up to the stage. Welcome.
Hi. I'm so excited.
Oh, girl, it's just so surreal for me. I have watched you for a long time, and we both kind of took a hiatus. But
Yes.
man, extraordinary.
Yeah, I took a big one. I had to. Yeah, I was overwhelmed that because I pushed into spirituality so quickly and so hard and so gimme, it just overwhelmed me.
I understand that because it can be like that, you know. Anybody else out there ever feel that way? Just kind of a little bit overwhelming sometimes. Plus, our nervous systems, they aren't wired. We have to like integrate that all together, you know.
Yeah.
I have to tell you though. So the first cool time that I caught you was regarding channeling Eric Meadows, who, for anybody who's not privy to this incredible spirit on the other side, who is now an incredible guide, funny as heck, she did a lot of channeling. And the fact Eric brings forward so much cool shit, it's almost crazy. Like, he is a fucking badass on the other side. And he has given us so cool. So I have to tell you, I had a really good friend named Bob Miller. And I turned Bob on to Eric and Bob on to you and all of that. And Bob's since passed away. But when Bob passed away, I had somebody, I can't remember his, I know that you know him. But anyway, he had to get a hold of me because Bob and Eric would quit bugging him so that he could give me messages.
I'm not surprised.
Absolutely crazy. But my favorite things you've done are shiny. They're sparkly.
Yeah.
Oh, you have channeled everybody. I mean, tell us who you have channeled from Yeshua, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene.
You know it. We just hopped through history and went, we'll do that one, we'll do that one, we'll do that one. Plato was my favorite because when we asked him about what he thought about politics and religion, he made me do this.
Oh, oh my God. Well, that somehow that just doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Kind of,
they were awesome.
Yeah. It really was. But in the years since, we are now here, as part of the team of helping others to see the truth about maybe there might be a better way to do this human thing. Since all of that, what are you bringing forward today? What is it that we truly need to start understanding? Because we are in a massive shift.
We are. I've got a feeling I've got to channel Eric right now. So I think he's got the answer to this question. If you're okay with that. Yeah.
I'm extremely okay with that because I would love to say hi to Eric.
Okay. I tend to use my hands. I gesticulate when I channel, so here goes. All right, first thing first, he's calling you babe. He's being cheeky.
He's always
He's
cheeky.
going, hey, babe. He said, I can't tell you what he just said. I can't put that on air.
He
All
loves
right.
big boobs. We know he does. Thank you, Eric.
He said, the thing is, Deborah, beautiful smile, beautiful Deborah. The thing is, there are many ways to live, and we do not seek to tell anybody which is the right way or the wrong way to live. The journey of ascension is a personal one, and it must come back to the self. The physical self has moved away from source, as far away from source as it can get in some places. Murder, rape, pillage, you name it. We've done it. We've done it as a species. Everybody has done something. That's why judgment shouldn't happen, because in our process of moving away from source to find ourselves, to come back to ourselves, to come back to true love, we experience these things. And I cannot say what's right or wrong. That would be against the grain of the fabric of the reality that we're in. There you go. That was his answer.
Okay, because that's Rockstar. What about improvement? Doing it better? Or that's still a judgment?
All right, hang on. Let's see what he says about that. He says, what's better? What's worse? What's good? What's bad? What's evil? What's spiritual? What's this? What's that? Blah, 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 bloody blah.
Oh, Eric, you really held your tongue on that one, didn't you? I want to welcome questions. Kimberly, welcome. Please ask any questions that you guys have, and our beautiful Alison will be channeling. She'll be talking, and Eric, the cool dude, like the rock star. Is Rush still your favorite band, you think?
Starlight Express is not a band you've heard of yet, but they are my favorite.
Starlight Express. Oh, my stars. Okay, that sounds pretty rad. What kind of genre is it?
A mixture. It is pulse rock. That means it.
Okay, that's rocking. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Well, that's pretty cool you popped in, man. Gotta say. Very cool.
He's coming down through this part of my head as a stream and into my neck and into my shoulder. It's just like dolloped.
And if you guys will notice, her energy is so intense that and the energy of when she channels, literally her screen freezes.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. It's awesome. So that was incredible. What about this shift we're in?
The shift we're in? Okay, let's see what he says about that. Millenniums ago, in human terms, an idea was spawned. Creation. Your interpretation of creation is whatever it is. But eons ago, not 4,000 years ago or 40,000 years ago or last week or whatever, eons before the universe, before what you know now began, when we were in our infancy, because we do go back to infancy, we scroll along, we create, We change, we grow, we become. So this was an infancy. We had gone through a seasonal change and we'd come back to ourselves. And that meant we had to determine a new path. So a new path was determined. What you see now is the culmination of that path. The directive was always to ascend back into that which we know as unconditional, true love of the self and of each other. How's that for an answer?
So it's to come back to self, even though we're always going back to our infancy. We're always, this is something we've been doing for always, for all eternity.
We never stop. Our natural state is one of creativity, to understand, because we know we are forever. But what does that actually mean in physical terms? We know we go on and on and on and on. We know we are indestructible. We can't be destroyed. We can't be buried in the ground and disappear to nothing. We can sleep for whatever period of time we want, not a human sleep, but we can check out if we want to, but we never, ever disappear. We always are. What does that mean? As creators, we create, we grow, we find out, we come back to our whole self. Our infancy is what we call it. When something is done, when we've been through a process to understand ourselves, we come back to the innocence of what we are truly. Beautiful.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, and the reason it's so outstanding, I earlier today was holding a 3-month-old, and so it instantly took me to that space of innocence and that of pure unconditional love and acceptance.
Yeah. When I hold babies or when I see babies, I go, oh.
Wow. That is outstanding. I am kind of curious. What's your job now on the other side, Eric? What you doing?
This is my job. This is what I do. I work for myself, but it's not work. It is lovingly assisting those who want to grow, and lovingly acknowledging those who don't, to not. It is not a 9-to-5 job. It's who I am. It's who I am.
Oh, I love you so much. Oh my gosh. But it's so hard to deal with the ones that don't want to. On a human level.
We have to look at them as they are not ready to go back to their true infancy, their true nature, their true unconditional love. They've forgotten so much about who they are by moving away, by throwing themselves into the role, because that's what this is. This is a role. We incarnate as spirits from one part of ourselves to another. That's a role. These are roles. We are role players in a role-playing game, literally. But we throw ourselves into it so hard that sometimes some of us can't come out of it. And those we just have to say, okay, they're not ready. Let them sleep. Let them go back to pure consciousness. Let them go back to source. And then they will heal. We heal. We come back to love. It's that simple.
Wow. That was seriously excellent. I love that. It is the ego How the ego getting that thing in check. Oh my.
The ego has become a dirty word in spirituality. People see ego as something that you shouldn't have. But ego propels you to do this or to do that, to experience this. If a pop star or a movie star or TV star or politician or police officer or nurse didn't have an ego, how would they get up in the morning to do their jobs? They wouldn't. You've got to keep it in balance. Not so much in check, but in balance. Keep it balanced. Keep the body flowing in its information to and from its source, not allowing yourself to be cut off from that source. And because when you do that, that's when the ego can inflate and you can become something not very pleasant. So let's put the ego in perspective. It is a recipe book for doing what you want to do in your life successfully. There you go.
Okay, that was really good. So we have somebody on right now. Is it okay if I ask a question from the audience?
Yeah, fine. Yeah. Do you want to ask me personally or Eric or what?
Whatever you feel is fit. Our dear friend Kimberly, her father passed away suddenly. He just passed away suddenly Tuesday, and she didn't get to say goodbye. She also says she loves us because it's really helpful for her right now.
Okay. Give me his name and I'll see if I can connect with his energy. Let me see if I can find him. What's father's name?
Greg Wilkinson.
Greg Wilkinson. All right. Give me a mo. He's still transitioning. He's observing and he's experiencing love. He hasn't quite fully made it up there yet. He says, my darling, whatever this is, whatever I'm going through right now, I am fine. You don't need to worry about me. Please don't worry about me. I am safe. I'm secure. I'm on my way home. I love you. There you go.
That is truly, truly amazing. Wow. So, Kimberly, let me know how that resonated. Now I want to take a dive into practices and passwords. And you have been channeling some stuff lately that is off the charts. Light language.
Yes.
I've been speaking light language since I was 17. But you know what we called it? You know what we called it, right?
What?
We called it speaking in tongues.
Oh, yes. That's the religious expression for it, isn't it?
It's the religious expression. But the very first time was with Yeshua. I called him in and I was speaking in tongues. And I've done it ever since. But I now know it's light language. It's not. It's light language, people. It's light language.
There are dark light languages. Demons speak their own light language. So people need to be careful what they tune into when they tune into light language, because if their frequency is at a low ebb, they can channel some really crappy stuff.
Well, we don't want to do that. So
no.
How do you determine which is which?
Feeling. If you feel good, like really good, and you know that you're connected to your source fully, you know that the self is resonating high, that you're full of love,
Yes.
you'll be fine.
There you go. It's really about us tuning in and trusting our own internal guidance system, our GPS. And I I think that the process of doing that I know for myself, sometimes I'm like, I thought I was on point. Oh, I thought for sure I was supposed to do this or that or whatever. And it doesn't, is it my attachment to the outcome that I think that it shouldn't, or I couldn't have been that wrong, you know? I just want to note, yeah, I want to notice, but Kimberly, thank you. She said, beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm on my way home tomorrow and I appreciate you sharing.
Oh.
And she loves the energy, and thank you, sweetheart. But yeah, I mean, when you think you've trusted your intuition, but yet you're like, I'm
I'm
confused.
going
I
to
don't think it did.
Eric. I want to ask Eric that one, because that's a big one.
Mm.
Okay. He said, just let me get the right frequency. I want to get the best answer here. Tuning into one's intuition has to be a feeling of trust, faith, love, even hope, knowledge, awareness. When we trust in the information coming to us, instead of saying, when something doesn't seem to have happened the way we thought it should, that's our brain kicking in, our brain interfering with the natural processes of the intuitive processes. The brain will try and analyze everything, and it will want to know. It will want to know what's happening tomorrow, what's happening the next day. It'll want to plan. Because we've been taught, you must have a plan, you must have a goal, you must be this, da, 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 da. When it comes to intuition and things not appearing to work out the way they should have, that's your brain interfering with a natural process of the intuition. Even if you come up against something, let's say you intuitively followed a path and it dead ends, you deadhead it, for whatever reason you deadhead it, something else is meant to come to you at that point. So think of it as you're in your car, you've got your sat nav on, you drive to a location, your sat nav gets you to a point, and then it says, turn here. So turn there. But instead of doing that, what we do with our intuitive responses is we go, brain, that didn't work. What the fuck did I just do wrong? Right? We bugger it up. We bugger up the process. Instead of seeing our lives as a continuous flow, we see it as a stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. Okay, that didn't work. I'll try again. Something else, blah, blah, blah. The key is not to say to the self, that didn't work. The key is to say to the self, okay, I'm not sure what's happening here. I'm just going to let it roll out. I'm just going to let divine intervention come to me, and I'm going to follow that path.
Instead of fighting it.
Yes.
When something's supposed to end, why do we want to fight it? I mean, I just see myself in my own self, wanting to say, no, I couldn't have been that wrong. I'm going to fight this. Yeah, that's fucking, how smart is that?
This is me personally talking now, in the last 11 months, I've really had to learn this lesson hard, because the path that I'm on, which is to facilitate the ascension, I'm a facilitator. I cross spirits over. I help them get out of their own way. And each day, something will come to me and I'll go, what does this mean? What do I do about that? Blah, blah, blah. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What is this? What is this? Hi, self, what is this? I'm like this all the time. And I get no answer. And I just have to go, okay, I'm just going to have to sit and let whatever happens, happens, and stop getting in my own way.
Mm, absolutely. I've been doing a lot of work with my nervous system in,
Right?
yeah, a lot. So it seems that I'm handling overwhelm better. But it's
Mm.
when I get in those spaces that I get, but it's whenever I say this shouldn't be. I torture myself. I just torture myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Eric just called it self-flagellation. I'm not sure I'm supposed to say that word.
Oh, Eric, I mean, yeah. So freaking funny.
Sorry,
It
that
could,
just I had to say that. It
that's
was so funny.
that's pretty cute. That's pretty cute, Eric. I gotta say. You know. Hey, Eric, what are you wearing today? I see you in a Hawaiian shirt. Are you wearing a Hawaiian shirt? Why do I think you're in
Well,
a Hawaiian
if
shirt?
he's wearing that for you, then he's wearing that for you. For me, he's got this lovely forest green shirt on. It's got cream bands around the sleeves, they're short sleeves, and it's got a little opening in the neck with buttons up the front and pants.
That's amazing because I just created a shirt like that, literally.
Oh no, there you go.
Oh yeah, I had it out
Validation.
earlier today. I love that. Yeah, I made these shirts for a project I'm doing, and that's exactly what they look like. So I love that.
That's good. That's validation for me that I have actually seen something that makes sense to you. You created it. He's wearing it, and so I know I'm tuning into the right space.
But I know why it's Hawaiian because he knows, and I know that I love the beach. That's why
Right.
he's
Right.
beachy. He's my beachy boy. He's cool. But the other thing you're doing is you are an ascension master. You're a teacher,
Yes.
and this is one of the things that I think is very important. I'd love to talk about you and what you're bringing forward to help people to learn.
Right. So what I do is my team, they put me through a process for my own ascension. And then once I've discovered how that process works, I teach it. So I'm teaching from my own personal experience. So, for example, I just intuitively one day started tapping my chest, my thymus, where my thymus gland is. Everybody's got one. Some people have had them removed, but the energy's still there, so it's okay. And what you do is you rhythmically tap that area of the chest and you state an affirmation to deprogram your body and mind from thinking this way or that. Like a lot of people have programs that they've brought in with them from past lives, like poverty. They have a poverty program that keeps them poor. And no matter how much manifesting effort they go to improve that, they're running this program. So, and it's actually in your DNA. When your DNA is programmed this a certain way, you're not going to resonate out of it easily. Abraham talk about not activating it by thinking it, but when it's running, like on a computer, you've got the BIOS. The BIOS
Yes.
determines the BIOS determines how the computer runs. Well, your DNA is a BIOS. It's a BIOS system because we are biological machines. So what the tapping does on the thymus, it activates the immune system, and the immune system will then take over and write that program out of the DNA. This is consciousness science. I have no clue about biology, biological systems in the physical sense. I work from consciousness science, and it works for me. The programs I've shifted from my body are unbelievable. And every time I do, my whole vibration shifts. So I know it works.
I
So
love
that's the
this.
kind of thing I teach. Yeah.
Well, we could take somebody. Y'all want to go through a little tappy tappy?
Yeah.
Y'all want to do a little tappy tappy? We're thinking we're gonna do a little tappy tappy. Here, we'll get some jamming on.
Right.
All right.
I can't
And we'll
see you.
go.
Your picture's been frozen pretty much the whole time, but I can see you, but
Well, goodness.
yeah. So I'm
Where
just
have it?
working on your verbal commands here.
Wonderful. Well, I'll tell you what, everybody. I'm going to pop on a little tunage, and we're going to follow Allison's cue. We'll listen to
Right. So let me
Allison.
think. All right. Let me look for something that we can tap out.
We're going to tap it out.
Yep. Let me find. Oh,
Wherever
here we
you're
go. I just have it. Let's go. All right. We'll do poverty and chastity. Okay. Let me put that up there. All right. So what you do, I'll get my necklaces out of the way. Gently, not hard because you'll actually make yourself sore, but gently, rhythmically tap the chest and say, I release myself unconditionally from all vows of poverty, chastity, patriarchal dominance in all of my vestiges and vestibules, and heal any parallaxical discordance of my soul. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if you do that for about 8 minutes, you should knock all that on the head. I know it sounded complicated, but believe me, I've got explanations for some of those words I use in my group.
Oh, good.
But if you do that for 8 minutes, you will knock those programs on the head. But if intuitively you feel it's still there, do it again. And do it until you can say to yourself, have I got rid of those programs? And if the feeling comes back to you is a yes, then you've got rid of them. If it's a, I'm not sure, just do it again.
Just keep doing it. I really love that. And
Yeah.
you were talking, before we got started, you sent me some passwords, and we're supposed to share them.
I do.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, well.
You guys ready for some passwords?
Right.
So
these are light language passwords. They're actually the names of the 4 cardinal gods that this reality was the brainchild of. Just harking back to what Eric was saying before about going back eons and eons. We're going back to their brainchild of how we ended up here and what Ascension is all about. But so these are their names, and I've got the 4 names, but the 4th password I don't have. So the first one, the name, I've been calling him Jubielian. Now the password, I'm going to balls this up. I just know I am. Hang on.
She's got balls.
Jubelia. Okay.
Well, you know, I love that. Javelia. It's almost kind of sexy and sweet, sort of.
It is.
Yeah, it's like totally kind of sexy and sweet. Like, it's kind of
the funny thing, when I said to you, Jubielian is spelled the way I've spelt it. I can't say that. But who can say that, motherfucker? It came up as a autocorrect, but who can satisfy that motherfucker? That made me laugh so much.
Who can satisfy, for real?
All right, the next one. I've been calling him Jamesionia, right? Which sounds very Italian, doesn't it? Beautiful.
It does. Sounds beautifully Italian.
Okay, here we go. The password is Yamisunya. Yamisunya.
Yeah. Yamisunya.
The next one I'm a little bit dubious of. I call him Miquiela. It's also Miquielion. But recently, the name has changed in my head to, let me see if I can get this right now. Miquelion. All right. The 4th one, the name is Gellion. Nice and simple. What the password is from that, I don't know, but I think it's going to come to me right now. Here we go. Gelionia asumunik sila pari tusla kushara batisra makuchala in the sokana mochula asedo tsusukala tuseapa. I ain't saying that twice.
That was really good, though. That was beautiful light language.
It was, wasn't it?
It was absolutely stunning. So, when you're speaking light language, how do you interpret it with your mind, with your human mind?
Sometimes I get an English translation. Other times I just feel it in my body and know what it means. I'd have to listen back to that one to get what it was, because it was a full download. I just downloaded that. I'd have to listen to it to see what it felt like. But as I'm talking to you now, I'm feeling like something has shifted big time, and that I can actually hear doors closing, opening, timelines aligning. And I feel like I just want to bawl my eyes out, actually. I feel really emotional. So that was big, whatever it was. And it's all Ascension related.
It's
And I've
all
got to tell you something else.
Yes.
This is a little. I woke up the other morning and I could hear lions roaring. I could hear each one of those spirits that I've just told you about. They're my guides. They all roared at me like a lion, and I could not stop laughing. It was so funny. And then when I logged onto your program and you kicked it off right at the beginning, what is there? There's a lion roaring.
You're so on point. Oh my God. Well, because because you can't make that up, but there is a significance behind the lion, the strength and the it's a stellar animal. It's stoic. It's a
Yeah.
stoic animal. And so what was the message coming through to you about the lion?
Um, it is a beacon, like, on a map you might put you might go back to the days where we used to do funny things like go on treasure hunts around cities and things like that, and people would put the organizers would put things in place so you where you were and you know what you were supposed to find. You find it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's a beacon to let me know that we're on the right path.
And then I played the lion when we started.
Yes. Yes.
So you felt these doors closing and you felt
Yeah.
the shift. It's interesting because I don't know about y'all out there, but I've been experiencing that there's certain doors closing, the ones that I here's me knowing that the door's closing.
Mm.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Damn it. Oh, like that. It's just but that's that resistance, to letting go, to
Yeah.
allowingness, to the beingness, to just that space of appreciation and deep gratitude for the shift.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I forget the essence of being in that deep space of grateful beingness and saying thank you, even though I don't understand this, even though I don't know what's coming, even though I don't get it, even though I am creating the reality. Correct.
Mm. Yeah.
I am. So if we're role players and we're creating the reality, how do we quantum shift it? How do we quantum jump it? Is quantum jumping possible?
All right. I'll get Eric and see what he says about that.
I just
Quantum quantum jumping, quantum shifting. This is a process by which at your core self accesses another reality within this reality, and you pull it into your here and now. So imagine at your feet there's you as the central point. Then you have an idea to experience something else. You want to pull it into your reality. From your feet, there is another reality. Goes forward, sideways, backwards, forwards. There could be more. You're picking one of those realities and bringing it into your core presence. So in answer to your question, yes, it is possible. But the shift, as it ramps up, is collapsing those accessible realities into one reality where the decision you make is happening here, right now.
Wow. So it's becoming more instantaneous. But isn't that the way it is when we're on the other side, that it's instantaneous?
In the non-physical, everything happens now.
No. Okay. But if we're in the shift here, if we're shifting, and is it going to become now?
Currently, let's just say the physical body slows everything down so that events can be channeled into a timeline, one that you can navigate forward and backwards. Every moment becomes a backwards. Every moment becomes a future.
Yeah.
So what you do in the now determines, depending on where you're drawing it from, what you're going to do next. But it's your decision as to what you're going to do next. When people draw on the past to make a decision, they are becoming deterministic and not using their free will to make a decision, although the free will is what chose to use the past. But the past determines the future when you operate like that. So working in the now moment is not accessing the past, not predicting the future, and saying, I'm going to do this now, and experiencing what that is, letting it roll out. And the physical body slows that process down. Where we are, there's no slowing down. We make a decision, done.
Amazing. Absolutely awesome. And my friend Deb is saying, there's only now. There is only now. I mean,
yes, that's true.
There is only now.
There is.
But we fight so hard as humans to go back, go forward, go back, go forward.
Yes.
Blah, 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 as he said. You know.
He's saying the past experience, if you're going to draw on the past, I'm not going to channel him directly. I'm going to just give it to you in my words. If you do draw on the past, pick an event where you were so happy, so joyful, and so in the moment that you want to use that for your next moment. Don't pick some shitty moment where your mum slapped you up the side of the head and made you feel like shit. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Pick something joyful and have that be the experience where you predict your future from, if you're going to operate like that.
Deb says we're taught to do that. Here, let me bring it up. We are taught to do that. Rewrite the program, right?
Yes. Rewrite the program. See it as groove. See it as a good old-fashioned big... He's referencing my daughter. She called records, the LPs, she called them big black CD things, and it made me laugh. He said that as a program onto a plastic disc, and you want to change the program, rewrite the program. In order to do that, because it's biology, you have to constantly update what you're saying to yourself, and then you'll get a new groove, and the old groove will disappear.
Watch that self-talk. I love it.
Yes.
Oh my word. Yeah, but I'm just cracking up though. What does your daughter call? She calls records a big CD, big black CD things.
Big black CD things.
Oh my
She didn't
God.
have a word for a reference for what an LP was.
Oh, that's just too funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're aging ourselves like radically.
Yeah.
Whew. I just want to check in with the audience. Do you guys have any questions? Would you like to know how to work with Alison? You want to tell them how to work with you?
Yeah, sure. My group's the best way to get hold of me. My group on Facebook is Ascending the Path to Ascension. That's where I teach from, and from there you'll find my music channel, which I'm channeling lyrics now, and you'll find my teaching YouTube channel. You'll find everything there. My course that I'm developing in Ascension techniques that I've experienced myself. And yeah, and eventually I'll get back up and running as a medium, but for now I just want to teach, and I just want to explore my own ascension. Yeah, but I do mentor people if they want mentoring. Yeah.
So everybody, if you do want mentoring, you're going to go to Ascending the Path to Ascension. Ascending the Path to Ascension. Go on Facebook. Yes, thank you very much, Deb, for typing that in. I'm going to go ahead and bring that. Oops. Yay, we'll bring it up. Ascending the Path to Ascension. Come on, you guys. Give me a question. Give me a question. Let's roll with it. So, they're loving it. Good vibes. Seriously, right? Seriously, good vibes. Woo!
Awesome. I'm excited.
Okay. So, speaking of good vibes, I really want to talk about what you just said because I think it is so powerful. When what we're doing to pull forward from the past, that thing that made you giggle and smile and laugh, and then to build from the energy and the frequency and the resonance of that instead of, oh God, can you believe it? Oh, looking externally at a reality that isn't making sense to you. Feels so much better to think that we can remember to pull from the things that do make sense, and the things we're here to have joy and laughter and fun. One of my favorite people you channeled was Lucille Ball. Was when you channeled Lucille Ball.
Oh, she was amazing.
You guys, this was so funny. I have truth chills all over just thinking about it. That was a riot. Oh my God.
She's a very, very powerful woman in herself. Very confident in who she was. Yeah, it's very powerful.
Beautiful. Angel. Deb wants to know best tips for good vibes.
Best tip for good vibes. Let's see. I'm going to ask my Divine Mother for that and see what she says. She says, put your life into perspective without drawing on all the negative shit you've experienced. Take yourself into a place where you love who you are. Love, love, love who you are. If you've had a shitty experience, okay, love it. Don't bring it forward as something that makes you feel bad. Put yourself in perspective. What am I? Who am I? I am pure source. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am clever, funny, amazing. I am all these things. I can do anything I want with my life. Anything. The door's open. All I have to do is step through it. Bring this into your awareness, and this is what will give you good vibes. When you say these amazing things about who and what you are, because they are true. These are truths. You are amazing. You are source. You are love. You are joy. Be it. Be it, be it, be it.
How do you like that, Deb? Okay. I love that. Remembering that, because it takes us back to the innocence again, that innocent state of beingness, you know, of that you were talking about, that Eric was talking about, of being in there. So because in that innocent space is joy and laughter and fun and dancing and laughing, and you just said, I am source, I am beautiful, I am joy, I am grateful, I am gratitude, I am loving my life and living to be the best me I can be every day. I love that. And Deb says she's got a little jingle that she sings to herself. I dig it. She wants to know if those old channelings you did are still available.
No, they're not. The reason they're not is because I'm not in that place anymore. I see it as a pathway to becoming what I am now, but I don't see it as something that I need to have anymore necessarily. I want to create from brand new, from a new place of existence, from where I am now vibrationally, not from where I was then. If that makes sense.
Sweet. Oh, that's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And I love this. Jody's saying he's loving this, choosing groove and everything. Joy, love, and power. Jody's an incredible musician himself. He's a dear friend. I love you, Jody. So you guys, you have a little bit of time left if you want to ask any more questions. Come on. Or perhaps Alison's just going to bring through whatever is necessary to bring through. Like you've been doing the whole time.
I've got a recording error on my screen. Is that a problem?
Oh, no, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. We have.
Okay. All right.
I have a.
So sorry. What did you ask me? Say that again. Yeah.
Well, everybody's saying that they just love you and that this has just been extraordinary, and it's just amazing stuff. I love you.
I love you too. Yeah. It's so nice to connect with an audience that is clearly joyful and loving your show, that wants to live this life of ascending into their best self. They're beautiful. I can feel their energy. I can feel the love coming from them, all their higher selves. The love is just surrounding me. It's amazing.
It's just, it is. I've got truth chills everywhere, and I love you guys so much. You know I love you. All right. Deb says, good question. How did you begin channeling? I had it happen a couple of times during meditation, but want to learn to do it more. That's such a great question. And I really do encourage everybody to please to join the group, Ascending the Path to Ascension, please, because there's so much valuable information in there. But how do you start? What's the trick-a-tay?
All right, let me just try and put it into words, because we don't have a lot of time left. Firstly, everybody is always channeling. I can tell when people are channeling spirits and they don't even realize it. I can look at them and see that they think that it's them that's talking, and it's not. It's coming from outside them. So everybody is always channeling. I think you need to, within yourself, recognize that you are a vessel for information to come through. Knowing that, and then finding a source such as Eric. He's an amazing teacher. And Eric is who opened me up. Eric, I started reading Channeling Eric, and I was getting notifications from him from YouTube, and he started showing himself to me. And so he became my channeling teacher. He taught me how to do it. I think if you can tap into somebody like that, like him, then you're on the best path to knowing that you're actually doing it. But the truth is, we're all already doing it. We all do it. sometimes we channel an argument from down the street, the energy hits us and we channel it, right? So knowing that you're doing it already and then taking control of it.
So knowing you're doing it already and taking control of it, so you need to use, so you're using intention to channel the energy how that you're wanting to channel. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And finding a teacher such as Eric. Eric is probably, I would say, the best teacher there is to learn to channel with. Yeah,
I concur.
There's so much love from the higher selves. Oh, it's just all over.
We're the good vibe. We are the G vibe, baby. That's right. Spark that G vibe. Dance, sing your heart out. Absolutely.
The G vibe. There you go. Find your G spot.
That's it.
Find your G spot.
I actually, that might spark the G vibe. I've been saying this for so long, it's ridiculous. And I've had more people think it's
Eric Medus.
Which, yes. Oh, you guys, it's channeling Eric. You can look it up. The book is phenomenal. And in fact, I'll tell you what it is right now. Let me bring up my Audible, okay? The very first time that I found channeling Eric, I found him right before my dear friend passed away and 2 months before the father of my children passed away. Literally, it was this prepared me to deal with grief and death. And there is no joke, because Eric did not leave this planet easily. He left in a very, he left in a way that he needed to leave, but it left some questions, I think. And his ability to help us deal with grief is absolutely over the top. It's over the top. And I just, I have so much gratitude.
He just said teaching from experience, you see.
Teaching from experience. And let me tell you, the book is called, hold on here. I just had it up the other day. Go figure, huh, Eric? Right? Have you checked out The Afterlife of Billy Fingers?
I've connected with Billy, but I've never read his book.
I know his book is here because I was just listening to it. Oh, it's called My Life After Death.
Right.
By Eric, Medhus, Eric Medus. And his mother is Elisa Medus.
Yeah.
Medus. And what I can tell you is that I discovered Eric, or Eric discovered me, I don't know which. It came up on my YouTube out of nowhere.
That is exactly what he did to me.
Nowhere, just poof. And then then I found you.
All of a sudden,
yeah, poof. And he will mess with you. Oh, Medhus, channeling Eric, and you need to listen to that audio. It's literally extraordinary, channeled through Jamie Butler, as a matter of fact. Am I correct on that? I am correct on that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Jamie's one of my favorite channelers. I love watching her face. You can tell there's no lie in what she's creating, through her streams that she taps into. It's beautiful.
It's extraordinary to watch her. I completely agree. Her trance channeling is off the charts. It's like, but so is yours. I mean, you both have just really, yes, Jamie Butler. You both have really taken this opportunity to allow beautiful messages to come through. And for that, I just truly have deep appreciation for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
So we're coming to the end, you guys, and I just everybody, let's thank Allison for coming up on. And it is, what time is it? Noon in Australia.
It is. It's 12:04 p.m. on Saturday.
On Saturday, and it is Friday here in the United States, and I
Yep.
have 8 o'clock at night, so I love it. Y'all, this has been one of the I knew having you on, Allison, was going to be incredible. And of course, it was off the charts. I thank you, audience. Allison, I thank you. And hang tight. I'm just going to go ahead and close us out. You guys, just please go ahead and join the group. Yes, thank you. Let's give some huge kudos to this rock star here because
Thank you.
it's just been amazing. And I'm gonna say so long, farewell.